I'm Brooke Makenna and I am so happy you are here on this channel and on this planet. Now I think that we all have a little bit of wanting to save the world in us, wanting to make it a better place, changing it for the better. But we have forgotten that it starts with ourselves, that just bettering ourselves and making ourselves a positive light in this world changes it for the better. It doesn't have to be that you are doing dramatic things in the world. Those things are wonderful to help out in a bigger way, but sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes all you have to give is yourself, and you want to give the best version possible of yourself. Because if you are constantly spreading light out into the world, the people you come in contact will spread their light to other people they come in contact with. Do you understand? It spirals. It becomes this big, greater thing that started with you just being a good person. And that's all it takes to change the world. It may not seem like that sometimes. It may seem like we need a heck of a lot more to change this world back to, or even not even back to, change this world to a good place. But that's where it starts, is just bringing more light into it. I was watching Conor Francis videos, and he did a things we need to leave in 2017 and things we need more of in 2018. And I thought it was a wonderful, wonderful video idea. So this is basically a combination of both things that I have seen that we have done in 2017 and things that we can change about those things in 2018 to make us better, happier, lighter people and make this world in turn a better place. So yes, all credit goes to Conor Francis. I think it was an amazing idea and it was the perfect way to get his feelings out without being too negative about it, and also doing an entire video where he was completely positive too. So today I am going to be coming to you with things that I have seen us do in 2017 that I don't think is the best version of ourselves, and things that we can do to fix those things in 2018. Now, one thing is fat shaming, or just negatively shaming a woman, a man, any human for how they look. I've seen in magazine tabloids, I've seen in Instagram comments, these very, very nasty opinions about people that we just now feel is okay to verbally discuss with other people about the person. That is not okay. I have some pulled up here that I found. It's Mariah Carey in a wetsuit, and it says, "The 46-year-old pop diva is a big star, as in too big for this wetsuit." Next, Rebel Wilson. "The stand-up comedian, 29, made a big splash in Pitch Perfect and does the same when she hits the surf." Next, Queen Latifah, beached whale. That's all that one says. Next one, Lea Michele. The 28-year-old singer's most famous role was on Glee, but her biggest roles are on her belly. That was a magazine. That wasn't just some hater teenager behind a keyboard who was just trying to let out his feelings, which still is not okay, but this is a business that profits off of making fun of women and how they appear on the outside. Completely blows my mind that in 2017, and for far longer than that, we have been doing this to any human ever for how they look. 2018, I want each and every one of you to think seriously about what you're commenting on people's posts, what you were saying about people, even when you're just watching them walk down the street, because it really shows a true reflection of how you feel on the inside. Because people who love and love themselves don't tear down people for how they are and how they look. You go on social media and you want to comment on an Instagram post. Think, is this being helpful or is this being nasty? Is this being kind or is this being a bully? And sometimes we look at stuff online and we don't see them as real people. We're like, oh yeah, she looks fat in that Instagram picture she just posted. Yeah, well, there's a girl sitting at home who just posted that. So in just the way of not judging people, not fat shaming, not leaving nasty remarks, and not letting the media determine how we are going to treat each other, that's the first step in changing the world. Next thing is to do things for joy and not for recognition. Twitter is known for catching. You do kind things so you can blow up on Twitter. Now we all know that most of these things are planned, scheduled, made for you to get Twitter famous. But where does that stop and where does the joy come back? Because we're not doing things out of our heart anymore. We're doing them for likes and for views and for recognition. So bring back the joy of just helping people and just being kind and just having a good heart. The next thing is making fear your friend. We need to make fear our friends this year. I think a lot of us, this year especially, are very stuck. We're very scared of the world, of ourselves, of what we can do, of what we can't do. And instead of viewing fear and our anxieties as this enemy that's constantly holding us down and something we can't control, we need to look at it as, yes, there's something inside of us that is off. A chemical imbalance that isn't quite right in ourselves. But instead of sitting there and letting it win, letting it be what it wants to be as your enemy, why don't you make it your friend? Use it as motivation. When you start to feel the fear, you do it even harder, you push against it, you use it as adrenaline, and then it becomes your friend. And then you're using it how you want to and not letting it control you. Along with that, I've seen a trend on Twitter where it says, if I blank, it'd be over for you bitches. Excuse my language, but basically, if I had more money, it'd be over for you, meaning like I would be way more successful than you, or I would be the most amazing, or whatever, or if I didn't have anxiety, or as soon as I get a boyfriend, or just like all of these things that you are basically saying that, you know, if I was a little bit better, then I would be better than everyone, or if I only had this, then I would be so much better than you, or I would get what I want if I only had this. Changing your mindset from if I had this, I can get this, to I can get that no matter what. That end goal that you want, you can get no matter what. Don't sit around waiting for something else to happen to give you that goal. You go and you get your ultimate goal no matter what. I think art changes the world in a lot of ways, and this year I've seen a lot of people creating art that's real, that's relatable in a way that isn't cheesy or romanticizing anything. It's raw, telling the truth, and that is what we need more of, because the more we see that we're not alone, that other people go through the same things that we do, the less likely that we'll feel scared or we'll feel like there's no hope. So all the artists out there, keep spreading your art, keep being real with it, because that's ultimately saving lives. What I think we can work on in 2018 is not letting the negativity of the world and what's going on around us to affect our heart, and to make our heart this black negative hole that we no longer can handle, because it just seems like the world is crumbling around us, and so is our heart. I think the positivity needs to be something that you hold very close to you and that you treasure and cherish. And never, even when you are seeing the world not at its best and very negative, and all the media sites are ranting and complaining, that you still keep that light inside enough to spread to other people and enough for yourself. And the last thing we can do to change the world this year is to not be guided by our eyes, but our gut. I've had more than enough experiences where what I see is not the truth. It's a made-up or twisted version of the truth, and the people that I see aren't who they are on the inside. So if you're going through life with your eyes, there is a lot more that you can miss or that you can misinterpret than if you're following your gut, because your gut always has that feeling of this isn't right, or this person isn't who they said they were, or this thing the media is saying doesn't sound like it could be possible or could be right, or I thought that that was different, but what I'm seeing in front of me, I guess that's how it is. No, a lot of the times it isn't. So if you're following your gut, it will always lead you in the right direction, but your eyes can deceive you. So that was how to change the world this year. Starting with yourself and looking around and saying, this is what I can do. This is my part in helping the world. And even if that only consists of finding the light in yourself and spreading that to people, or holding it close to you, we can all change the world, even if it's in the smallest of ways. And I hope that the things that I have told you today will help you and kind of keep you motivated and tell you where to start, because that can be the most confusing thing of all, is when you want to make a positive change and a positive impact and you just have no idea where to start. You have no idea what to do, and you feel so minute in this very, very big, powerful world, but you're not that small. You will feel like it, you will look up and you will think, dang, everything is so big here. But that doesn't mean anything, because the size of your heart can expand far bigger than your body, I promise you. And I think that every single one of you out there watching has the power to change your life and to change the world around you and make it a more positive, happy, light place. So yeah, with the negativity in the past, look forward. Make this a great year. I believe you can do it. I did a how to manifest your dreams in 2018 down below if you guys want to learn more about manifestation and making your dreams come true. I love you endlessly, and always remember to spread beams of light everywhere you go. You're untouchable when you're